on this computer. We are recording and we are live on Facebook. Hello, everybody. My name is Cristina Delgado, and I will be one of your 4 hosts tonight for our April coaching sneak peek for our team, Diesel Nation. I have been a coach now for 8 years. So you're looking at someone that has been here for quite a long time. But I will tell you this, I've been hosting these calls in particular, the ones where we share our love and passion for being Beachbody coaches with people that aren't yet coaches, maybe are some customers, maybe just curious about what we do every day and why we're so energetic and happy all the time. I've been doing these calls for about 6 years, and I will tell you that hands down, these are my absolute favorite calls to host. And we do host a lot of calls. We do training calls and all those kinds of things. But these in particular are really special for me because we get to share our stories and we get to inspire you to do something different with your life that actually makes a difference in the world. It starts at home, right? With your own health and your own fitness goals. And that's our priority always. And from there, you take it up a notch and you become a coach that works this as a business. And what a special business it is. And I'm going to share my story so you can see why I love Beachbody coaching so much. But it's something that can financially impact you and your family, maybe alleviate some debt, maybe get out of debt, do anything really that you want, whether it's do your nails, which I have to do, but do your nails, or go on a vacation, or simply pay off credit cards. Any of that is possible when you align yourself with not only your health and fitness goals, but with learning how to be an effective Beachbody coach. And so tonight, what we're going to do is share with you our own experience through coaching. My sister Becky, who is the co-founder of Diesel Nation, is going to share her story, plus how we earn, because I'm sure some of you are interested on how this really translates into a financial opportunity. And then Monica Lopez, another leader of our team, Diesel Nation, is going to be sharing what we do, because you know, you see us on social media, you see us on Facebook and on Instagram and Instagram stories, doing our workouts, posting our pictures, inspiring others. But we're going to kind of give you a sneak peek on the other side of our team and how you actually run this like a business to earn you some income. And then we have a really special guest, and her name is Casey Mangler, and she is a almost, I can safely say, brand new coach. I think she's only been in the business for about 3 months now. She is sponsored by Monica and on her team, Team Diesel Core, and has just hit the ground running. She signed up. She took the bull by the horns. She has hit Success Club. She has achieved the rank of diamond. And so every single month we ask a fairly new coach, and she's excited, and I love that. We ask a fairly new coach to come on these calls to share their perspective, because, you know, it's really easy for me to say how much I love this business, how much it's changed my life. I mean, I have been a coach for a long time. I have had a lot of financial success with the business. And so I might not be that relatable to you who's sitting as a brand new, you know, customer, maybe in a challenge group, or just looking at this for the first time and saying, well, that seems so far-fetched for me. And that's why we always like a new coach to come on and share their experience from the beginning, right? They're just coming into the team. They're just finding themselves in the business. My phone is going nuts. Let me turn this off. And so we hope that Casey, I know Casey is going to inspire you tonight with her story. And then we're going to share how you would get signed up if at the end of this call we've done our job and inspired you to take action and join our team, which, by the way, is kicking all sorts of ass this year, and that you become part of Diesel Nation. We need more people to help us help more people. And we need you on our team, not only to focus and get healthy and get fit with all of our amazing products, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit, but that you then take action with the opportunity and start challenge groups and start helping other people change their life. Because when we do that and we do that together, we truly can make an impact, a big impact in our homes, in the example that we set for our children, in the example that we set for our communities, and everyone that watches us do our crazy workouts and drink that crazy shake and do all these amazing things and travel the world on social media. So like I said, my name is Cristina Delgado, and I have been a coach for about 8 years now. Actually, in August will be my 8-year anniversary. It was about this time 8 years ago that my sister Becky was toying with the idea of becoming a Beachbody coach, and she jumped in head first. I'll let her tell her story, but it does play a role in mine. I didn't sign up right away, but at the time that Becky became a coach, I was a baby lawyer. I was an attorney at a big Miami law firm doing medical malpractice, just trying to figure out how to juggle a career, 2 babies at home. My daughter Marley was 2 years old. My son DJ was 4 months old, and obviously a fairly young marriage, trying to figure how all of that works in the universe. And you guys, I'm sure, who work full-time jobs, who run a household, who do all these things, you struggle with this notion every single day. On top of that, I hated the way that I looked. I was frumpy. I had no energy. I was smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. I was eating like 2 meals a day. And I just simply needed a change in my life, not only to be more productive at work, but more importantly, be a better mom and be a better wife. Because I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir that when you don't feel good, everybody around you feels that. And that was my life. I was miserable, and I would make everybody around me miserable. But Becky, thank God, because what's really cool about this opportunity is that you have a coach. And by the way, before I go into the rest of my story, I just want to ask you guys that are watching this to thank the person that invited you here tonight. Because let me tell you, it's not always easy to ask someone to take a look at a presentation like this, because it's scary. You know, people fear of being rejected, of someone's telling them no. But that person, your coach, asked you. You said yes, or maybe you asked them, hey, I'm kind of curious. So they just know that that person cares a whole lot about you in asking you to be here, because they want what they have for you. And so it's really special. So I just wanted to point that out. But anyway, so Becky, she signed up to be a coach because she had when I say ridiculous results with 2 of her older programs. And it's crazy to say they're old because they're still so good. But P90X and Insanity, she did those programs start to finish with a full-time job, with 2 babies herself, with running her own household. And she inspired the shit out of me. She inspired me like nobody's business. And so when she said, you know, I'm going to do this thing, and they have this shake, and I know right now you're still breastfeeding and you're hardly sleeping, and I know working out might not be on your agenda right now, but why don't you try this shake? Like, just try it. And that shake's called Shakeology. And I said, sure, you know, like my big sister says, drink the shake, I drink the shake. So I signed up to be a discount coach. And you're going to hear terms like that as we go through this call. A discount coach is basically someone that signs up and doesn't necessarily want to work the business. They're still a coach. They still have the opportunity available to them, but labels themselves a discount coach just to receive the discount, because as a coach, you do get a discount on our products. I thought that was fantastic. So I became a discount coach. Well, that shake literally transformed me from the inside out. Within 4 to 5 months of drinking Shakeology every single day, not only did my energy skyrocket, my regularity was perfect. I know we kind of talk about things that we don't want to talk about, but we have to talk about. I lost all my baby weight. I was starting to dabble in fitness, and I felt fantastic. I did. I felt great about myself. I was doing at least one simple thing every single day that made me feel really, really good about myself. And it translated. It translated into my work. It translated home. It translated into my own personal happiness. And I started to want to do more workouts, more eating healthy, and all of that completely changed my life. So fast forward a few months from that moment, I went to a Beachbody event. Now, like I said, I was an attorney, and I was always very skeptical about these kinds of businesses because I'm trained to be skeptical, because you hear terms like pyramid scheme, illegal, too good to be true, all these things, right? You hear that constantly, and you're programmed to always think the negative when you're an attorney. But my sister wanted me to go to this event with her, and I went. And I sat there already having been transformed with Shakeology, and I just listened to the stories. It didn't feel creepy to me. I saw the big picture of the company itself, not just in pushing products, that was so icky, nasty to me, how other companies like push products. And it was more about the transformation. And that I could wrap my head around. I could wrap my heart around and say, I want to help some people transform their lives. Like my sister already helped me transform my physical life, my health. Why don't I just start talking about this, right? And so my business was born that day. At that time, so you guys have some perspective, you might be thinking, oh, an attorney has this great salary. Not so much. I wish that were the case. I was making okay money, but during this time we had the collapse of the financial markets, and we were swimming, like drowning in debt. I had $80,000 worth of law school loans. I was paying minimum payments to my credit cards, yada yada yada. You guys know that story. I think almost everybody that lived through that time period has a very similar financial story, losing homes, all of that stuff we experienced. And so as I started to really, really focus on myself, and I started gaining this deep, deep belief in the company and what we do, Team Beachbody, I started making some income, and it was slow, and I, little by little, it started to grow. But I'll never, ever forget the day that I was able to pay more than the minimum payment to a credit card. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that was a big deal for me, because every single month when I put those bills in front of me, and I would have to write checks for $25 because I didn't have enough to pay more to them, it was almost embarrassing to me. I'm sitting there, a trained attorney, practicing law at a good law firm, not like Mickey Mouse law firm, like good law firm, and I couldn't pay more to the minimum than the minimum on my credit cards. And that really changed me when I was able to pay that extra $200 because my Beachbody check hit my bank account that week. It was those moments, and there's been a few moments along the way. My son, DJ, was diagnosed autistic at 18 months. That moment was very powerful for me. There was other moments that I can pinpoint that just allowed my vision for my life to expand and say, you know what, F this. I'm better than this. I'm better than that paycheck. I'm better than doing all this great work at the office and not getting recognized for my hard work. I'm better than this, and I'm going to control my financial future, and I'm going to do it using something that matters, which is what we do. Every single day I help people with their health and fitness. I help them build businesses. I get to do something that not only really transforms other people's lives, but makes me truly fulfilled and joyful. And that freaking amazing. It's amazing to me. And because of that, and allowing my vision to expand every single year, year in, year out, in 2014, I was able to retire from the practice of law. My sister and I, Monica's well on her way to hitting the highest rank in the company. My sister and I are both part of the Million Club, meaning we've earned a cumulative $1 million in the business. Now it's multiple millions of dollars, and Beachbody does not guarantee anybody's success, but it was in moments like this that my vision expanded, hearing what other people were earning in the business. And so I'm not going to hold back. Becky's not going to hold back. Monica's not going to hold back what the financial opportunity has done for us. Because if someone sitting on this call says, I want that for my life, then I want you to have that moment. And so that's my story. I'm sitting here today, home with my kids. We were able to travel with our family, our friends. You guys might have just seen, we just came back from Mexico. We had the time of our lives. We get to do some pretty outrageous things. We travel constantly, and it's just fantastic. It's a fantastic opportunity that is extremely powerful. So tonight, I'm going to ask you to think outside the box for your life, because we're trained to fit into this little perfect square where you have to wake up, go to work, get your kids to school, go to work, come home, cook dinner, and go to sleep, right? And not to do anything special. You might be thinking, shit, maybe I don't have time to do this business. Well, I'm going to tell you that as someone that was practicing law 60 hours a week, that was fitting in the time to get her workouts in, that was raising 2 babies, that if I could do it, you can do it too. Time is not an option when you want something bad enough, right? It'll be an excuse to a lot of people, but if you want it bad enough, you make it fit in the day. You just absolutely do. And we all have this story of time, is never on your side, but it's never the excuse to a woman or man whose soul is set on fire. So I'm going to turn it over now to my sister, Becky, who is going to talk to us about her story, which is awesome, and I kind of dabbled in it, but also how we earn, because I'm sure you guys are interested in that. Bex?
Thank you so much, Chris. So, guys, thank you so much again for being on tonight. And excuse my voice, but I still haven't recovered from Mexico. All the screaming by the pool. It's still a little bit hoarse. But I'm really excited to talk to you guys tonight and share my story. I'm really proud right now because I've been thinking a lot about this. Just next month, my son is going to be 10 years old, and he's the one that sparked this whole thing. Right? I spent the entire second pregnancy thinking about my comeback and how I was going to get back in shape. And after having 2 kids back to back, I was desperate to feel like, pre-baby Becky and have the abs and have the body. And I wanted to feel energetic and confident. So it was my baby Jake that sparked the whole thing. And literally in mid-June of 2008, so we're 2 months away, it'll be 10 years since I pushed play to P90X for the first time. So I'm really, really excited about that. And a decade of home workouts has resulted in this. I'm going to be 43 next month. So I'm really proud. So yeah, I started as a customer, guys. My best friend lent me P90X, and I loved it from day one. And I just kept going. It was hard. It was a challenge. But that decision really is what created this evolution in me to want more, to keep challenging myself. And like Christy said, in 2010, 2 years later, I had finished Insanity. I had finished multiple rounds of P90X. I was in killer shape, and I was so unfulfilled in my life. I was so confident in my body, and I was so happy in the way I looked, but yet I would go to work every day and I was miserable. The company I love so much had been bought by an international company, and it all changed and it crushed me. And I just didn't feel connected to their mission anymore. I felt lost. I felt like I was never going to grow in that company. I was kind of stuck. So the glass ceiling was there and there was no more. And talking about debt, I was just thinking about it. We would charge and charge and charge all year long, thinking banking on that big bonus that we used to get and then pay it off. But what happens? Construction was in the garbage. There was nothing happening, and the bonuses went away. The raises went away. Larry and I were like sucking winds, even though we both had really good jobs. So the debt, the foreclosure, everything. And around this time, 8 years ago, I started, a friend of mine that's not in Beachbody, she's in a different business, was talking to me about network marketing. And I thought, well, I didn't like that company, but maybe I can find something else. And in July 2010, that's when the universe and God blessed me with this opportunity. I was putting it out there. I was looking for more. I was looking for a way to take control of not only my finances, but our family, our legacy, the future. And I was tired of one vacation a year. I was tired of living paycheck to paycheck and having my parents helping us financially because we couldn't pay for the nanny or we needed money for this. I mean, we had good jobs. I also had a professional career as a senior estimator. So I was working a stressful job, and yet I was asking my parents for money. Like, how embarrassing is that? I was tired of living like that. So when the business did land in my hands, I ran with it. I set a goal early on, right away, $50 a week. And I needed that just to help us with the Costco bill, with the diapers and all the stuff that you need for kids. And that set me on a path to growth. It kept my mind focused on more. And it was an easy, doable goal. I could break it down. I knew how many people I needed to help every single week. I knew that once I got that, I knew that I could do more, and I kept pushing myself. And the thing with the time, guys, I would wake up at 4:45 to get my workout in before everybody got up so that I could do a little bit of Beachbody work before I went to work. There's time. When you know that you want something more out of life, there is a way. And those $50 then turned into $150. And I kept it growing and growing and growing. And it was 1 year into the business, I went to my very first leadership conference, that I saw the big picture. I saw moms just like me, people who had left their jobs, professionals that had left their jobs, and they were living this dream life because they had built a team, they had a transformation, not only physically, but with the business, and they were inspiring other men and women to be on their team and do more. And at that moment, I decided that I was gonna go for it because I was tired of dropping my kids off at school alone for them to have breakfast without me. I was tired of my mom having to pick them up for me at school. I wanted to be there. And I realized this was the solution. Construction was not going to get me that dream, but this was going to make it happen if I worked hard enough and I was diligent and consistent and continued to set big goals for myself. I was going to do it. And guys, I would just want to say that my family was on board too. Okay. Even my kids were tiny. I sat them down and I said, there's going to be sacrifices that are going to have to be made. But for the greater good of this family, we're going to have to pull together as a team, and we're going to go for this as a family. So, it's not like I just threw them to the side. This was a group effort, and we went for it. So, the first thing I want to say before I go into talking about the income is that I want you to start thinking about the people in your lives right now that need something like this. On the fitness side and the business side. Maybe you know somebody that's really fit already that maybe would be a great coach, or someone in your family that, or friends or coworkers. Think everybody that you know that maybe has been struggling with their weight or health. Those are the people you need to start writing down on a list so that you're ready to go once you sign up as a coach. We're going to think positive and we're going to say you are going to sign up as a coach. So, okay. So, Okay, so how we earn. Sorry, I have these notes that I've had over like 2 years, and I just keep adding little things to the same piece of paper. Okay, so once you sign up as a coach, you are gonna first tap into our commission, which is 25%. So, the goal is to help people with all our products. Okay, we have an expansive catalog now. We're constantly updating, we're constantly creating new programs and nutritional products. So it's not only Shakeology and BOD or Beachbody on Demand, because we have Beachbody Performance, and we have the Refresh. We have bars now, guys. We have bars. You don't have to go to Publix now or GNC. You can get them from us. We have all kinds of things so that you can satisfy the needs of all your customers. So don't just stop at, Beachbody On Demand and Shakeology, because we have more. So connect people with the right solution for them. You'll get 25% commission off all your sales. The best products or the best combinations we have are the challenge packs, higher commission rate on that. And that is the total solution. We believe that is, what everyone needs to get started completely right. You got the superfood dense shake, you have Beachbody On Demand. They're getting everything that they need to commit to a total transformation. So it's a great deal for the coach, it's a great deal for the customer. Everybody wins there, and you get a higher rate of commission, about 30% on that. As you start building your team, and that's the objective here. Remember, this is a team sport. You can earn so much on retail, but once you start building a team and everybody is helping people, right? Because we're the trickle effect of hitting the ground running, of creating like you're all in the trenches helping a lot of people. You can't do that by yourself, even though I did think that at the beginning. I want to point that out. When I was a new coach, I was like, but if I sign up this person, then they're going to take these people that I know. I did think that, so I just want to point that out. I realized that it didn't work that way. There was no way that I was going to be able to help everybody in Miami. So you need a team. You need reinforcements to get the word out. So once you start building a team and everyone's on board and helping people, you tap into cycle bonuses, which is, it's like a downline commission. It's residual income that you generate with a team that is being productive. And that really is where, to blow your mind, that's where the real money is. And I'm going to blow your mind for a second, because I remember when my mind was blown, it was like 6 months into the business that I heard my adopted sponsor say that he was making $12,500 a week. I was like, what? I want that. So like Christy said, I've never really said that on a call before, but it was like a whoa. Like, it really, that's how much? It's not just $30 for Shakeology. Like, we can make that much. At that moment, I was like, I'm all in. I'm going for it. I don't know what I have to do. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'm going. That's what I want. So just so you see that there is huge potential here if you're willing to do the work, and Beachbody doesn't guarantee. So you have to put in the work to make that kind of money. But there is a huge, huge opportunity attached to this. On top of that, you can get matching bonuses, which once you're a leader and you have other leaders that you've created on your team, you can make some commission off of that too, some bonuses. We have, BOD, Beachbody On Demand. Sorry, I keep saying BOD, but Beachbody On Demand, you make about 50% commission off of those sales as well, and those subscriptions. So it's a valuable tool, because you can get your customers on there. They get a year's service. They tap into about $8,000 worth of programs. They can bounce around, see what trainer really speaks to them, and that way they can really get a feel for Beachbody and its whole history, because everything from the beginning of time is on there. On top of that, the big leadership, there's some big bonus pools. So when at the end of the quarter, the company kind of like puts in a pot all this money, all the revenues, and then they split it amongst the top leaders that have hit these big leadership goals. So that's also an incentive for you to create teams that are creating momentum, that are helping a lot of people. And it's not just about the money. It's about the lives that you're changing and the people that you're inspiring to do this with you. So the income potential is up to you and your level of dedication and commitment to this business. You can't do it alone. I'll say that again. You can't do this alone. It requires a team. It requires consistency and vision and goals and a lot of love and having a mission and a purpose behind this whole business. And I want to also say, because I forgot to say, even though I wrote it here, I have finished 21 Beachbody programs in 10 years, a lot of them multiple times. I've finished 80-day obsession twice. And I am in the cast of Mes de Más. So for all my Latinas out there, I hope you're going to work out with me in July, right? July. And it's gonna be amazing. So we gotta hit the ground running with the Hispanic community. You guys are gonna love Idalis Velasquez. She's great, and we gotta go out there and help a lot of lives in the Hispanic community. So here is your tool, tu herramienta para cambiar vida en mes de más. There we go.
I love that. So that's going to be huge. I mean, I was going to touch on Mes de Más plus all the incredible, like this year, so everybody understands, is like the Super Bowl of programs. Like it really is. Like I think back to some of the big launches that we've had. Obviously 21 Day Fix stands out. I'm sure a lot of people watching this call have had experience with that program. It seems everyone that reaches out to me now has dabbled with the 21 Day Fix at some point or seen the containers. Well, that was the World Series, right? This year is like the friggin' like FIFA World Cup, because that's like bigger than the Super Bowl, right? I don't know soccer too much, but I think it's like the biggest sport in the world, right? We have crazy excitement this year. We had 80 Day Obsession launch to one of the biggest launches in history. We set records in the amount of views on Beachbody On Demand, crazy, like millions and millions and millions. We launched the beach bars, which we've been waiting for now 3 years. We finally have the beach bars. We have, on just a few days, we have another like gigantic launch with To Be Mindset, which I'm going to touch on towards the end of the call. The next program up is the program that Becky is part of the cast, Mes de Más, which is going to be setting us up not only for a wave into the Hispanic market again, but potentially Hispanic, like a launch into Hispanic territories like Mexico, maybe Colombia, maybe. Like just think about the opportunities here, you guys. And then past the summer, we have Lift 4, another Lift program with hands down, one of the most popular trainers, especially amongst the ladies. His name is Joel Freeman, and we're getting a new program from him. And so, like, when I'm talking about this is like the big year, I really do believe this is the most dynamic year in our history. So if there's ever been a time, it's now. So I'm going to turn it now to Monica, who's going to tell you guys what we do. So Becky told you about how we can earn and all that stuff. So how do we get that money? Like, what are the steps that we take every single day? So Mo, take us away.
All right, guys, welcome to our sneak peek. So glad that you're here. My name is Monica Lopez. I'm 33 years old. I'm a mom of 3, wife, and I have been coaching now for 6.5 years, I think it is. I'm also a 6-figure earner, which is really exciting because I retired myself from the cubicle life. 4 years now, Chris? She knows that because she was my boss. She forgot to mention that. She was my boss in the office. And with the trickle of starting with her big sister to then coming into the office, we both had a baby about 6 months apart. And she inspired me and actually like led the way when it came to Shakeology and the home workouts, because I saw this woman transforming right before my eyes every single day when I would go to work. And I was coming in with like these bags, and I was coming in, you know, barely like a zombie. And I remember like that dramatic day that I came in and said, okay, what the heck are you doing? How are you doing it? And the rest is history. But I want you guys to know that that's exactly where I started. All the things that I am today, it all started with a mom that just wanted to find life again after having kids. I also grew up pretty overweight as a kid, and I was teased and bullied a lot for it. Aside from the weight, I also had like really jacked up teeth. Thank God for braces. But the teeth, to combine with the weight, I had a rough time growing up. And it was in my teenage years. I remember I was in middle school selecting electives, and I did not want to do another damn dance class because I didn't want to put on the leotard and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'd rather have been in the gym with the big old t-shirts and the shorts. And that's what I picked, a weight training class that was 99% male students. But it was in there that I met a coach that taught me how to lift weights. And at the mere age of 13, 14, I learned how to take control of my body. And I fell in love with that feeling. I fell in love with that control. But it was becoming a mom that all of a sudden flipped that on its head again, because now I had to learn how to do that with a new role in my life as a mom. So when I joined Beachbody, it was basically to find myself again. physically. I couldn't see past myself to even help anybody. So the quote unquote coaching to me, I remember Christina bringing it up, and we had another friend in the office also doing it. And every time she would be like, I don't want none of that. I just want to work out. Like, I just want to focus on me. And that was completely okay. But I did sign up for the sake of the discount, right? Who does not want to save money? And so off I went. I became a discount coach, like you heard Christina and Becky talk about. But then it started evolving. Because organically, that's what's going to happen. People are going to notice you. They're going to notice the changes. And not just what you physically look like, but you guys already know. I'm sure most of you guys plugged in right now have already had those mood switches where you see yourself with that extra pep in your step. And there's an extra glow and an extra, positivity radiating from you. And so it was that where people started asking me organically. My mom owns preschools. I would have the moms every time I go pick up my kids. They're like, what are you doing? And then again, same thing that happened with Christine and I started to happen with people around me. And that's when I evolved into, okay, let me see if I can host my very first challenge group. Let me see if I could dabble into this. Now, guys, at this time, I'm thinking if I could now make enough money to pay off my Shakeology, and at the time I was buying DVDs because every time a program came out, I had to have it. I was like, okay, if I could do this where I wouldn't have my husband questioning, because I would go to Target, and before I could walk out Target, he's already calling like, what did you spend? What did you do? To avoid that with my Shakeology and my workout programs, I said, okay, if I can make enough money to at least pay that off, it's a win-win for me. Again, at this point, at no way, shape, or form did I think I'd ever, make a career out of this. But off I went, and I started hosting challenge groups. And then the real fulfillment came when I had the next woman look at me and say, it's because of my coach, Monica. Like, I did this. I lost this weight. I feel this way. And then it just started growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And at this point, I started to think about, okay, let me put away some savings. I started to take it a little bit seriously. I had some money put away. To be quite honest with you guys, I suffer from diastasis recti, which is an ab separation after having my kids. The first one was like an 11-pounder that killed me. And so I started to say, okay, I want to save my money to get a tummy tuck. I really wanted that surgery. I thought it was going to make me feel better, right, to fix my imperfections. But as I started to work the business and the savings account started to grow because I had my full-time job, it wasn't something that I was doing as a full-time income. There came the day when the money had stacked up enough for the surgery, and I kind of looked at myself in the mirror and I said to myself, I'm kind of okay with what I look like, even imperfections and all. And that money went into putting in a brand new pool into our home. And so like that, I started to realize that there was an opportunity here, right? And again, still the part-time level thinking that way. I had no intentions for leaving the firm that I worked for. Like Christina mentioned, we worked for a very prestigious law firm. I worked very hard for a position. I was a young paralegal. The position I held, many didn't hold at my age. And I took that, I was very proud of that. But as life has it, I got pregnant with my third child. And when that happened, she was born, and I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to show people that when you're pregnant, it's not, like you're not disabled, you're not handicapped. And throughout my pregnancy, I still worked out every day, did my programs. I actually was just sharing with my team yesterday a picture that I found of me, doing lunges and stuff at like 7 months pregnant. And I had this whole idea that once I had the baby, I was going to do a postpartum project and show the world, look, you're not stuck that way. Because I remember as a mom, after having my first kid, I felt like I was ruined. I felt like that's it. The old me was never going to, come to life again. And so I was going to prove that now with my third pregnancy. But things happen, right? Life sometimes can humble you in what you think your plans are. My daughter was born, and 6 weeks after she was born, we found out that she was diagnosed with hemangioma, which is a benign blood tumor, but a tumor nonetheless. It's very prevalent in infants. And Mia's, they kind of grows outside the body for the most part, but very few cases grow inside the body. My daughter Mia's was growing inside her body, and my daughter Mia's was right above her eye. This tumor was growing at a rapid pace. She was only 6 weeks old, and we could already see her eye kind of like coming out a little bit out of the socket, swollen. Every time she would cry, it would get worse. And then once we got the MRIs and the ultrasounds and everything, we discovered that it was intertwined in all her eye muscles, her nerves. Surgery was off the table because right away they say they'd nick something and she'd go blind in that eye. And so I'll never forget them looking at me and saying, okay, Mom, we've got this, the treatment plan for your daughter is an experimental drug. It has not been tested and proved and passed, but we're going to try it on your daughter. And since she's only 6 weeks old, every time when you come in to administer this medication, which is called propranolol, every time when you come in to administer this, you must stay in our office for up to 2 hours to make sure your daughter doesn't have an adverse reaction to this medication. Now, this happened, again, 6 weeks after postpartum. By the 12 weeks, I had to go back to work. This treatment lasted 6 months of having to go to Miami Children's and get this medication administered and hope and pray that this tumor would not continue to grow. These tumors at the age of 6 months start to shrink naturally. It's just the way it is, right? They grow very rapidly the first 6 months of birth, and they kind of go down. But here we are, 6 months of once a week taking this medication and being in the hospital for 2 hours to be observed. And I'm a mom that I need to get back to work. I need to earn money for our family. I could barely afford those 3 months that I had taken postpartum, which, by the way, out of my 3 kids, it was only my 3rd kid that I was able to stay home with her for those 3 months. And I had all these ideas of what I would do, but God had other ideas for me. And that's what ended up happening. So what happened? Every time we had to go to the hospital, I'd have my mom, my sister, my husband. I even had friends at some points filling my shoes at these appointments, where I'll never forget sitting in my cubicle and having to they would put the doctor on the speakerphone, and I'd be there as they're doing everything. I'd be answering the questions through a speakerphone for my daughter and praying and hoping that was not the day that, God forbid, there would be a reaction. And guys, this was such a helpless feeling as a mom. It was such a terrible time in my life and a stressful time in my life that feeling, like saying it right now to you, it still raises my blood, because I knew at that point I never wanted to be in that predicament again. I felt like I was stuck in a rock and a hard place, being my daughter's mother, right? Me as mom, but still having to go to work and earn and bring in a paycheck home for my other 2 kids, for my husband, for our home. And it was then that something sparked within me. I all of a sudden looked at Beachbody in a whole other light. To me, it was my solution. In my own head, I said, you know what? I'm going to take this business seriously, because I had heard testimonial after testimonial. I had been on calls like this. I had been to events with live people that I could touch, feel, hug, that told me their story. But I was so caught in the world that I was living, because I had worked hard for it too. But now, at this point in my life, it's what made sense, and it's what I wanted. And I just started to go hard. And that's when I became a full-fledged business builder, where I said, I want to make a career out of this. And here we are, guys. I am now 6 years in the business, working from home, building my team. Casey's on my team, which you're going to hear from her also. Just 3 months in the business, succeeding. And I'm telling you, with all the, yes, the income changes your life. Yes, you're healthy. You're feeling better than ever. Like, I've never had guns like this in my life. I wish I had these when I was 12. All that stuff is great, but what's really fulfilling is when the next person, you're able to pass it on and help the next person. And you may be on this call right now, and you may be Monica 6 years ago, where you're just working on yourself and you just want that discount, and you may be thinking about dabbling into helping just one more person as you venture on to your next challenge. And I just want you to open your mind to that, open your heart to it, because you grow into the things that you need and want in life. And it doesn't have to be all or nothing. I share this because I want people to know that wherever you land in the spectrum, whether it's just for the discount, whether hobby, or you're coming into this and saying, I want to build a business, I see the opportunity, I want it, it's all okay. All right. So with that, let me share with you guys for a second. I did a really cool visual aid here presentation to share with you guys exactly what coaches do. Okay. So I'm going to press the wrong button. Sorry. Okay, we like to say that it's fitness, Wi-Fi, and a dream. That's all you need to build this business. You can really do it from anywhere, from your home, vacation. We were all in Mexico, and yes, we were living it up, but we were also working our businesses plugged in. It's really an amazing way to build a business this day and age with social media. All right, so we're going to talk to you about our mission, what our vital behaviors are, and the tools that we use as coaches, and that will be available to you when you sign up. All right, before we get into that though, let's debunk a little bit. By the way, this is our family portrait here at our last event in July. These are just, we have a yearly convention that happens where this year is going to be in Indianapolis. Last year was in Nashville, and everybody gets together. Whoever flies out, we have 3 days of live workouts to celebrity trainers, business training, then parties at night, and you just really get to know the community of Beachbody coaches. And this alone is our team that attended last year, so that's pretty powerful. But let's debunk a couple of things that I think is either holding you back or that what we most commonly hear. And number one, do I need to be at my goal weight to be a coach, or do I have to look a certain way? And the answer is absolutely not. In fact, if I could tell you anything, in my 6 years of experience, the people that actually have the upper hand, so to speak, is those that have a journey that they can carry people through. It's very difficult to say before, after, boom, this is what I did, now join me now. People didn't really see what it took to go through. They didn't go through the emotion, and they didn't go through it with you and see, okay, I saw what it took for her to get from point A to point B. I can do that too. And it's way more relatable. So do you have to be your goal weight? No. In fact, I think you're at an advantage if you're not quite there yet. I'm still not quite there yet, right? I'm always a work in progress. So there's no right way that you need to look or be or goal you've had to set to become a coach. Do you need to be a personal trainer? Absolutely not. We are in business, right? We are in business with some of the top celebrity trainers that are out there. We've got Tony Horton, Shaun T, Chalene Johnson, now Autumn Calabrese. You heard about Miss Damas, our new trainer that just joined us, Joel Freeman, Sagi Kalev. I can go on and on and on. They are our business partners. They take care of personally training all of us, and we get to work in conjunction with them. Same thing for a nutritionist. Do I need to know about nutrition? No. All you got to do is how to use the color containers, show how you use the color containers, and off we go. We've got people like Isabel Deichler, which is our CEO's wife, together with Autumn Calabrese that did the containers. There's so many nutritional supplements and nutritional systems that you can just pass on the tools and help people use them. But you don't have to have the knowledge to create them, okay? And you have to be any kind of professional. No, you don't. What do you have to be? You just have to be a real person, right? If you got a pulse, you're good. You have to be a person that wants to help people, that's willing to take the time to walk people through what they just showed. And you've got to be a person that is willing to not just tell the way, but show the way and go the way. And with that, we talk about being a product of the product, which we'll go into in a second. All right, so what's our mission? Our mission is to help people achieve their goals and live healthy and fulfilling lives. Bottom line, okay? Our vital behaviors. This is what coaches do day in and day out. If you want to look like what a day in the life of a coach would be. Well, like I just mentioned, product of the products. We don't ask anyone to do something we are not willing to do. That means we push play every day on our program. We drink our Shakeology. We follow our nutritional program. And we go out there and share that, okay? We also work on our minds just as hard as we work on our bodies. So we're very big into personal development, bettering ourselves, constant growth. There's a saying that never left me. I heard it when I first became a coach, and it's forever been something that I carry with me. It says, if you're not in a constant state of growth, by default, you're in a state of decay. And how many people do you know? I know I was that person before that was living going backwards. No growth. I was just doing the what I call the hamster wheel, the same thing every single day. That wears on you. You have to constantly be growing, and we work on that as Beachbody coaches. We're very adamant about that. We also are not quiet about this opportunity. We don't hold back. We are not what we call closet coaches. We're out there inviting and sharing into this because we have something of value, and we understand that. And we are constantly sharing it with the next person and helping them achieve, first and foremost, the health and fitness goals, and then from there forward, whatever a person chooses. And then we're constantly recognizing. I don't know about you guys, but in my back in my paralegal life and any other job that I had, there was very little to no recognition for my hard work. Be very quick to get in trouble for something, but not recognized. And I think that Beachbody does a really great job of honing in on recognition and just celebrating. We celebrate everything. We celebrate from your jean size dropping to you hitting your first quarterly bonus, like you heard Becky talk about. Everything in between. And you can see here to the right, this was an Adriana Menendez, one of Christina's coaches, hit the diamond rank, which is really amazing. We celebrated her big. And so that's what you can expect as a coach. And that's what is expected of you, to come in and show the way, constantly working on yourself, invite and recognize every little thing that we achieve throughout coaching business, okay? Now our tools, real quick, let me go through this. As a coach, you're going to pay a $15.95 fee, and Christina will go more in depth than this. But let's talk about the things that come with that $15.95 overhead, okay? First and foremost, with your challenge pack, what you started with, you'll have your at-home workout programs, Beachbody On Demand, Shakeology, and other nutritional tools. That's not part of the $15.95, but obviously that's what you started your business with, your challenge pack, okay? And a portion fixed container system. Thereafter, your challenge groups, the ones that you host, you're going to be doing that through the My Challenge Tracker app. Many of you probably already plugged into this app in your own challenge group that you've been doing with your coach. To the right, you can see what that app looks like. This access to this app comes with your coach fee and comes with your customers' purchase of their challenge pack. All of that gets access to this My Challenge Tracker, okay? This tracker is designed for our business. So you'll see you'll be able to check off Shakeology, check off the workouts. Everything is linked to also now social media. We can post videos. There's also everything that we use as coaches, like all the material that we start to create every day in our challenge groups is saved so that when we open it the next challenge group, we have our material saved for us. So very easy to run your business and your challenge groups through this app that comes completely free with your coach fee. We also have now on the business end, we have Diesel Nation New Coach Academy. So when you come into our team, Christina, Becky, and I and other leaders on Diesel Nation kind of got together and said, okay, what are the fundamentals that coaches need to know coming right into the business to get them started right? And what we did is we created this really amazing interactive training website just for our team and created by us that you can go through, and it's self-taught, and it's also if you have to take a break and you're only investing 1 hour a day into your business and you're not completely done with it, wherever you left off, you can jump right back in and get through. But basically it's getting you started right as a coach, completely for free, part of being on our team. You'll also be added to a private Facebook page, team page, where we'll announce you with a pretty collage, tell a little bit about you, and introduce you to your new fit family. And then we also have the Coach Online Office, which this one is the office provided through Beachbody. That's where you'll have your links. You'll have there all your data to run your business, your customer orders, your customer tracking, any returns, any FAQs, frequently asked questions will always be there. You'll have business tools like business cards that you can print out, logos, testimonials, success stories. I mean, the works. We are well taken care of in that Coach Online Office. And pretty much you've got everything at your absolute fingertips to build a business that can, when we always say, it doesn't take much to start this business, right? What you invest is not a big investment, but you're basically getting a business that can make you $1 million if you treat it like the business. And the tools are there at your fingertips to go. So that's pretty much it, Chris. You're up.
All right. Awesome, Monica. I always love that presentation because it really does such a great job at summarizing what we do every day. I always like to tell my new coaches, this business is not hard. It's simple, but you really have to want it, right? To be consistent at it every single day, to get that success and to get that momentum going. So let's talk to someone who just recently came into the business, who has that momentum. Casey is a mom. She is a preschool owner. Casey, you have 3 kids, right? So yeah, you're kind of busy. But she came into the business just 3 months ago, guns blazing. She is a success starter, which means that in her first 3 months in the business, she hit something called Success Club. You'll learn about that later, but that's a fantastic new goal for a coach. And she just hit the rank of diamond. So Casey, I want you to unmute yourself and share a little bit about you and what motivated you to become a coach, and then how's been your experience so far?
I always click the wrong button. Hi, thank you for having me. I'm super honored to be here, among the 3 of you especially. And I'm just going to start off with this because Monica cracks up every time I say it. Like, the reason I'm here is because I was so tired of Monica showing up on my feed so happy. Like, she was always happy. And I mean, I'll tell you a little bit about where I came from, but I basically just got to a point in my life where I wasn't. And I was miserable. Like, 3 kids will just bring you down. They're all girls. We didn't plan for 2 out of the 3 of them. And I'm with kids all day. I own a daycare. So I was just beat. But let me tell you, let me back up. We can start with the fact that both of my parents are basically, by medical term, obese. My dad was actually recently told by his doctor that he better start losing it or he's just going to die. Like, the doctor can't even help him anymore. There's no medication. He still smokes because he thinks that's great. But basically, Guy, it comes down to what you put in your mouth. Lose weight or you're going to die. So those are the parents that raised me. In fact, I shared this with Monica today and she laughed a little bit. When my mom found out she was pregnant with me, I have an older brother who's a boy, who was a football player, who's 6'4". He's as big as a door. He was great at what he did. And then my mom found out she was pregnant with me. And when they told her parents it was a girl, my grandfather said, "Oh my God, nobody likes big girls." So I was basically like cursed from the minute that they found out I was a girl, because they thought I was going to be, I don't know, some just big girl, and that it was just, going to be a problem. And they just doomed me with that. I was super active as a kid. I was a gymnast, I was a dancer, I was a cheerleader. Nothing really caught up to me until I got into college, because I just simply drank and partied and survived on like Hot Pockets and mac and cheese and like all those other crazy things, because my parents left me alone in Miami. But I made it. Okay. So I went through a period in college where I kept getting these terrible, terrible headaches. And I thought it was maybe just like a permanent hangover. I was also an English major, so I was reading a lot, both text, online. I had my eyes checked. They gave me reading glasses. I thought that would help, but it didn't. And then one day I got this terrible, terrible headache. My boyfriend we were together like maybe 5 months at the time, now my husband of however many years. But he said to me, "Here, take this Tylenol," I think it was, "go lay down, you'll feel better." He gave me the pills. I tried to swallow them. I threw up everywhere. He knew that there was a problem, took me to the hospital. Last thing I remember was them saying, "You need to take this pregnancy test, pee in this cup so we can see, make sure you're not pregnant before we treat you." Okay, well, I passed out on the bathroom floor. That was it. I woke up, I was tied to a bed, I was strapped down, I was naked, and I was bald, because they apparently found a brain tumor in my head. I had to have an emergency surgery to drain all the fluid out of my brain. They went back in 2 weeks later and actually removed the tumor, like real physical, sawed through my skull, pulled my face down, stitched me all back up. I woke up when I was finally able to get out of bed. I was bald. I still had this boy, really, because we were kids, sitting next to me every day, holding my hand, telling me, "You're beautiful." The first time he told me he loved me, I was being rolled into an emergency room, into a operating room. But it's moments like those that you hang on to, that you kind of like always search for. Okay, so that never left me. After that, I obviously started taking care of myself, because I knew that I was here for a reason. For some reason, I'm still here. Thank God for my husband, but still, I still got a purpose for sure, because I should have been dead. So I got pregnant with my first daughter within a year, and my brain surgeon, because I still had to go several times to keep up, told me that I couldn't have that baby. And there's just something about me when I'm told that I can't do something, I just want to do it that much more. So I told him that I could. And sure enough, if you know me, I did. And that was 9 years ago. So after her, I loved it. I loved being a mom. I was a great mom. She was just my pride, my joy. She did everything with me. Raising baby. We grew up together. It's been wonderful. Fast forward to my second baby, and I was still taking care of myself, still paying attention to what I ate. That all mattered to me. I was dabbling in CrossFit, paying way more than I do for BOD, right, every year. I had tried personal trainers. I spent $500 a month on a personal trainer. At the same time, she didn't do anything for me with meal plans. So I spent another $99 a week on a catered meal service. And I just tried everything to, get me back and just chasing some feeling. And I was good. I kind of lived my life event to event. I would get it together 2 weeks before a wedding. I'd look great, and then I'd fall off after. This wasn't really like a lifestyle because I was too busy in the fast-paced life that I think we all live. Mind you, I owned the daycare already at this point, so throw that in there. And then I got pregnant with my third when I thought I was in the best shape of my life, and I had the worst pregnancy ever. I was sick the whole time. My doctor told me that my lab reports looked like I was about 50 years old. He couldn't understand what was wrong. And the thing is, I knew what was wrong. I was eating like crap. I was not taking care of myself. I didn't even take vitamins because I didn't think that I needed them. But I was just neglecting my body. That's what it came down to. So I had that third baby. She put me over the edge. Meantime, I'm still watching Monica every day because I watched her, because she shows up on your feed whether you like it or not. And I just finally came to a point. I'll never forget this. I'm going to share. And please, I want you to go to my Instagram. I want you to find that picture, and I want you to like her comment. So I posted a picture of myself because essentially when you have a baby, you reset your body, right? You're back at zero. You can do whatever you want with it. So I was like, all right, third baby, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it together. I'm going to be good. I know what I'm doing. I got this. I got this. Plus, I had my baby. She was due in March, and I booked a Cinco de Mayo cruise in May for Cinco de Mayo to Mexico. Like, who does that 2 months after they have a baby? So I went hard. I went crazy. I lost all this incredible weight. I posted this picture 10 days out in a sports bra and leggings, and Monica wrote, "Wowza." And I was like, yeah, she sees me. That's right. Still not paying attention. Still just totally not thinking that that would work for me. And what do you know? 9 months later, I'm like, 3 kids are killing me. I'm not working out. Quite frankly, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm home and I'm hating my husband every night because he got to go to the gym because that was his time when he got home from work. And I'm just sitting on my couch. I'm scrolling through social media. There's freaking Monica always showing up and doing her job. And I'm just like, I can't even, I could have got off my ass. I could have got off my couch then, but I didn't. And then it wasn't until I was at like the lowest of the low that like, I just said, I got to go to Monica. Like, this girl had whatever she has. I don't know what it is. Maybe she works out at home, like whatever, but like she's got the answer. Look at her. She has to have it. And I did. And you know what? Crazy enough. And Christina, I haven't ever heard this part of your story, but I went to Monica for a shake. That's all I wanted. Because for me, it was always about nutrition. It was always about fueling my body. It was always about, I knew when I felt bad, it was because I was eating bad. So I went to Monica and I said, Monica, give me this shake. I am not eating breakfast because I have 3 kids and they're driving me crazy. I can't get out of my house. I'm surviving off of coffee and chips and whatever else I could grab on the go. I need this shake in my life. So she sells me Shakeology and I get it. And that was December 28th. January 3rd, no, December 28th, I get my shake. I don't even remember what day, but I posted one story, one 15-second clip on my Instagram of me making my shake. I had one person ask me about it, and I thought, I could do this. Like, I could be Monica with my shake. I wasn't sold on the workouts yet, but I was like, yo, I'm going to have everybody in Kendall drinking Shakeology. It's that simple. I'm going to hold my little cup that says Shakeology, and they're going to want it because I'm going to make them. And that's what I did. That's like literally what I did. I called 5 of my best friends and I was like, guys, you just, this is it. This is the breakfast that everybody needs. If you're a mom, you have to drink this because this is going to make your life so much easier. And that's it. And I just believed in it. And then, I don't know, a week or 2 weeks later, I was a coach and I had a coach because she believed me because I was so passionate about the freaking shake that I was drinking that she wanted it. And she realized that she needed it too. And that's essentially what I did. I didn't really get it back then. I didn't understand the importance of having coaches under me or signing people as coaches. Like, all I wanted, I started out like Becky just said, hitting the ground running. I was going to get everybody that I knew to drink this shake, to do this workout, because then I started doing the workout. Obviously, she convinced me to do that because look at her, look at what she looks like. She looked better than I did, so I knew that it worked. So that's it. I mean, I just found somebody that I could look up to, that was inspiring to me, that I wanted to be like, and I followed her. And like, it didn't really bother her because I didn't want to, but like, I Googled, if you saw my Google search history, you would die if you even knew what I was searching. things about Beachbody, things about Monica, things about Christina. Becky, you weren't really on my radar because you don't pop up in Monica's feed often, but like I figured all of this out on Google because I needed to, because this is what made me feel good and I wanted to and I wanted it. And so I got it. Like I hit the ground running. I thought I'm going to sell Shakeology and this program to everybody that I know. And I did. And I had 2 great months in the beginning. I think I hit, actually they were identical. I hit SC Success Club 14 2 times, my first 2 months. So that was essentially 7 and 7, 14 people, right? 14 people that I helped. It's a lot of people, right? It's a lot of people for somebody who didn't think that this shit worked. So I did that. And then it wasn't really until I kept talking to Monica and I kept watching these calls and I was like, if these people are still doing it with me after 2 months, why aren't they coaching? Why aren't what we're talking about on our own time or what's happening in my challenge group? Because I did that too. I hit the ground running. I was in Monica's. I copied everything that she did. I posted it in mine and that was it. We had 2 identical groups. They never knew about each other, but that's what I did. I imitated the person that I wanted to be like. I wanted to be able to do what Monica did, and so I did it. Now, I'm not Monica, clearly, and if you follow me or if you even listen to me, you get that. I'm me, but I have my own people. My people will not be Monica's people, just like they're not Becky's people. Like, we all have our people, and our people are going to come to us. And quite frankly, you're going to like me or you're not. That's it. But if you don't, it's not going to bother me. I don't care. There's plenty of other people out here who need this shake. There's plenty of other moms out here who can't get to the gym because they have too many kids. It's irrelevant. So just find your people. Show up every day on their feed, like Monica did on mine, with her, just that pink lipstick. Like I can't, it's just, that's her. Like, that's it. And I loved it. And that's why I'm here, because she had it, because she was emulating something so positive and something that I craved and something that I was just missing because I was miserable. I laid on that couch over there on all those pillows and did nothing for the 2 hours every night that my husband was at the gym. Do you know what I could have been doing? I didn't read a book. I didn't even watch a show. I just scrolled through social media, looking at people that either, I don't know, made me feel some type of way or whatever, and didn't do anything. Nothing positive, nothing. I was just mad. And then he got home and I was even more mad because then he's on this endorphin high and I'm just still not. So it just, that's it. I bought it. I started doing it. I'm now a product of the product. I mean, I had 3 kids. I didn't lose very much weight. In fact, over my 80 days, I gained weight, but that's fine because I look better. My clothes fit me better. It's working. Like I'm just so passionate in the fact that these products work. It's just that you need to be you to get them to the people. Once the people have them, they're going to work. These products work. The shake works. The workouts work. All of those things, it's just your job to get it to them. So what I did in the very short time over the past 2 weeks that I decided, because Monica told me I had to, go diamond, was find my people, the people that I already had, and convince them of the same things because they're using the products. The products are working for them. And now, let me tell you, you can't stop us. Like, we're not stopping because everybody that is with me is charged and is ready and believes in it because it works.
Wow. It's Casey's world. We just live in it. Jeez. We could just I could just stay here and listen.
Can we sign up again?
I didn't even go through all my notes. I just kind of started talking. I'm sorry.
I feel like drinking a shake.
Yes. Fantastic. I text Monica. I'm like, I love her.
So proud of you, Case.
Thank you so much for sharing and for speaking your truth, which I love that. I don't like the sugarcoating. Just tell it like it is. You hit the ground running. You shared how you got to Beachbody by following Monica on the pink lipstick, and then you grabbing who you are, translating all the information that we teach, and just running. And that is a beautiful thing. Can I ask you one more question? Because I know we're running late, but this is important. Where do you see yourself a year from now, 2 years from now?
Oh, I'm gonna be big. I told them give me 3 weeks and I'm gonna have my own diamond. So
all right.
By the time I get to Summit, I want to.
Wow. Great. That's fantastic. Well, we're going to be cheering you on because that's what we do. And you're special. And congratulations on all your success. I am pretty positive that any person watching this call was just immensely inspired by you. So thank you very, very much, Casey. That's awesome. So I'm going to wrap things up, you guys, real fast because we have run over just a little bit of time. And I want to talk to you about this concept of becoming a coach. You've heard the stories. You've heard how we earn. You've heard how we do it. You've heard from a brand new coach who's killing it in her business. So where does this leave you? I always like to say this is like the job interview where you get to decide whether you get employed or not. But at the end of the day, you're not an employee. You are a independent Beachbody coach, an independent business owner who gets to decide how you grow this business and on your own terms. You heard the term discount coach, hobby coach, business building coach. All of that is available to you for whatever it is you want to do with this opportunity, but the sign up is the same. Everybody that comes into the business has to sign up, right? You have to fill out a form and you have to decide how you're going to do the actual sign up. The best, most effective way is through a challenge pack. And that, like Becky explained, is usually it's going to be Beachbody On Demand right now with your Shakeology. Now we have a bunch of other packages that contain our performance line, which are incredible. Today I told someone that Energize was called #MomCrack. It's our pre-workout formula. We have our post-workout formulas and all that stuff. But this is where you have to discuss these details with the person that invited you on. But the reason why a challenge pack is the best way to sign up is you get the $40 initial coach sign-up fee waived, right? So you don't have to pay that fee to get signed up, which is an amazing value. In essence, you're signing up with something you're going to consume. You're going to consume your shake. You're going to consume your Beachbody On Demand every single day. So it's actually the best value. We pay, like Monica explained, a $15.95 monthly business fee. That fee covers all those tools that Monica shared with you. Hey, Jaxie. It covers your Coach Online Office, your challenge tracker, and there's Marley. It covers, you have testing tomorrow, go to sleep. It covers all of those things, $15.95. Think about your regular run-of-the-mill business, a restaurant, a retail store, and how much money they have to pay just to open the doors for business. You can literally open the doors to your Beachbody business tonight if you were to sign up and be ready to hit the ground running like Casey did tomorrow morning. Like, that's how fast this can move for you. We also get a discount. So once you sign up, you get 25% off of all of our products. In my household, we are Beachbody fans, true and true. I know everybody on this call. My whole family drinks Shakeology. My daughter drinks Daily Sunshine. It's our kids' shake. We consume the beach bars because I'm a huge bar fan. We do the 3-day refresh every once in a while. I drink Energize every single day, sometimes twice. We drink Recover. All of the products we consume, and guess what? It would be dumb to pay full price for all of those things. So I get the discount, 25% off. So that is how you would become a Beachbody coach. Most importantly, you guys, you're going to get the support. You're going to get the training through Diesel Nation Academy and through our incredible organization. I love to say that Diesel Nation is like the United Nations of Beachbody coaching because we love everybody. And all we want is to see everybody that comes into our coaching family succeed. And success is defined in so many different ways. Some people just want to get healthy and fit. Some people just want a community. They just want support. They want love. They want recognition. Some people want to build a business, but it doesn't matter where you fall on that spectrum. You are special. You belong with Diesel Nation. We have a whole lot of fun. Once you embrace the culture of our team, you're going to see it's a whole lot of fun. We get together. We travel together. We do events together. And it's awesome. So I'm going to ask you guys that are watching to take action, to not only make the decision tonight to live this lifestyle, because that's key. Like Casey said, it's a lifestyle. It's not a gimmick. It's not a quick fix. We're going to ask you every single day to work harder on you than anything else, to work hard on your body, to work hard on your nutrition, to work hard on your mind, because that's the strongest muscle that you have in your body. And all of that comes as the priority. Imagine for just a second if you were just to do that with your business and how much your life can improve. Tenfold. Literally, your life within a month, within 2 months is going to look completely different, because that was my path. Remember 8 years ago when I signed up just to fix my nutrition and feel better, and then what it led to? And then imagine that one day you decide to take action and start helping other people, and how that can impact your family. Now, it could be small, or it could be legacy kind of things, where your family and future generations can be taken care of because of this opportunity. And let us be proof that that is a possibility. It's not just for special people. It's not for the chosen. It's everybody. It's available to anyone that has a big vision for their life and isn't afraid. You're not going to be afraid to take action on that. You guys, I love you. Thank you so very much for joining me on this call. Those of you watching, thank you for taking the time to be with us tonight. And let's use this group and celebrate some coaches coming onto our team. So you guys, I will be posting the recording in just a little bit. Love you. Peace out. Becky, Casey, Monica, thank you. I will see everybody on the flip side. Bye.